In this video, we're going to learn the steps to upload an email list, how to create and send a ballot via Google Form, and we're going to learn how to count the votes. So the first thing we want to do is we want to open up our Google account. We're going to make sure that we select the correct account. All right, so we have our Google account opened up. We want to begin by looking for our contacts. So we go up to what's called the waffle, the 9 dots, and we're going to look for contacts. Open up the Contacts app, and in the Contacts app, we want to add some contacts. We do that by clicking on the plus button on the bottom of the window, create multiple contacts, and here we're going to upload our CSV file that was previously provided to you. We're going to find the file, and we're going to import. Now, I've already done this, and so all the names have been entered. What you'll notice when I click on the 3 bars up in the upper left-hand corner is that I can see labels that were previously created. So each building number has its own label, and we also created a label called OMCA owners, which has 102, so it's got 101 owners. We can click on that and see all the names. We can edit these. If anything changes, you can edit this, edit the information, and the reason we have 102 is because they've got a extra email address in there. Let's see, what do they have? We have 100 versus 101. They might have duplicate email addresses per unit. Let's look here and see what the problem is. 301, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 401, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got duplicates going to unit 1103, the Oswalds. They've got 2 email addresses in here. I don't know how you want to handle that, if you want to eliminate one or if you want to send it to both of them. That's up to you. So now that you have all the contacts entered, we're going to go to step 2, which is to create a Google form. To create a Google form, we're going to open up a new browser window, and we're going to type in forms. Usually we type in forms.google.com. We can also type in form new, and it's going to automatically open up a form. So let me go back and just type in forms.google.com so you can see that. Forms.google.com. This is one way of creating a new form. So the thing about Google is there's multiple ways of doing the same thing. So that was a shortcut. Forms.new took us directly into creating a brand new form. We get to the same place by going here, clicking on the plus form, and we can create a brand new form. So what we want to do here is we want to title our form. So I'm just going to copy paste what I've already got here. I'm going to copy paste the title into our form. When I do that, if I, let's see, yeah, so we're going to do that. It automatically, when I click on the form itself, it's going to transfer that title. So you might want to change this to the information that I've got down here. So I'm going to copy paste. I can highlight and change. The next thing I want to do is copy some instructions and put them in the form description. So I'm just going to go over to my instruction sheet, copy paste. And then I'm going to paste the question. So go over here and take my question, copy paste it into the question box. What I see here is a couple of things. One is I have a question type. So you can see the various question type. In this case, we're going to have a multiple choice. And we're going to offer them two options. Approve, click on the next choice, not approve. I approve. Budget proposal, I do not approve the budget proposal. Use the exact language, whatever was approved by the board, that'll be provided. You also want to make this a required, so that they have to answer the question. The respondents have to answer the question. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create a new header section. So to create a new header section, I have to open up my window a little larger to get everything in there. To create a new header section, I'm going to go to the equal sign here, and it says add section. And in this section, I'm going to add a title. So I'm going to just copy paste title. Now I want to add some instructions. I'm going to copy paste the instructions here. And now step 9, I want to add a question under that header. New section rather. So I'm going to add a question. And this question is going to be copy. All right, I'm going to change this to drop down. And I'm going to copy paste my candidates' names. Copy paste. All right. I'm going to duplicate this and change this to my second vote. Duplicate it again. Change it to my third vote. All right, so I have my 3 questions. I'm going to add a new section. I'm going to call it signature. So go up here to my equal sign, call this the signature. And I'm going to add a question. Let's see. Type your name. And we're going to require that. We're going to then ask them to enter their unit number. Make them both short answers. Make sure that this one is short answer. Okay, we're going to make that a short answer. I'm going to remove this response validation just in case they add words. They would get an error message like if they added unit to the number there. All right, require that. All right. Then I recommend that we make a last section, and we call this one Submit Your Vote. And put some instructions in there. All right. So now we have our ballot created. We want to adjust some settings. So we want to go up to the gear setting. We want to collect email addresses. We want to check off the response receipts. And we want to do not select limit to 1 response. If you do that, it's going to require the respondents to sign in with a Gmail address, a Google account, and they may not have that. So we don't want that. And we're going to save it. There's a secondary reason. We want to allow them to submit another response if they have multiple units that they own. So now we're going to go to the send button. We already have the collect email addresses checked. We're going to go to a link. We're going to shorten that link. We're going to copy that link. Now it's copied to our clipboard. Now our form is set. It's ready to go. The minute we close this out, we don't have to file save it as, or anything like that, like Microsoft. The minute you would X out of this form, it would save automatically. So let's go ahead and create an email. So we're going to open up a new browser window, go to Gmail. We're going to create a new email. Compose. I recommend that you send a sample email to yourself to an email address other than your Gmail account. So let's just make I'm going to send one to one of my email addresses other than my, well, it's popping up with my unit number. Well, I'll send it to my work address. All right, I can put a subject in here. All right, I would click on BCC to send a blind copy of this email to every owner. So I begin, remember I have a label in my contact list called OMCA owners. Click that and that email list already populates. So now I can go ahead and copy my text of my email text. And one of the things I wanted you to note is this. So because I just did a copy paste and I've got something new on my clipboard, I want to go back and get that URL, that shortened URL onto my clipboard. So I'm going to go back into my form, back to send, go to the link, get the shortened URL. I'm going to copy it, put it back on my clipboard. In my message, I'm going to highlight whatever the ballot itself. So I'm going to highlight the ballot. I'm going to go down to the enter the link symbol. Paste the link. All right, so that ballot is it's just going to enter in here, but because I've already got it, it's showing up twice. So let me show you that procedure one more time. OMCA. Hyperlink it, put in that shortened URL. Okay, all right, so now it's got that hyperlink in there. To send the message, all I have to do is hit send, and it will automatically go out to everybody. I don't want to send this message, however. I go back into my form. I select responses. I click on the icon to create a spreadsheet. Spreadsheet's created, and now I can see my responses. I put in a couple of sample votes so we can just see how it populates. And it's that simple. From that form, when the voting is all over, you can count the votes, do a count if. You can list the candidates' names. Let's see. Candidates' names in the form. Do a count if feature. Equals, let's see, count if the range, put in the range, comma, space, Rick Tija. And we see that it'll count the votes for us. It's given us this. It's not counting Rick's name in this field because this was from an earlier form that I used where I have multiple entries in that cell, and so it's not recognizing Rick's name because there's multiple names in this cell. But if we put Rick's name down in here, Atejka, yeah, so it's going to count that vote because we created the range of cells and it now includes Rick's name. Let's say that that form had Rick's name again. Yeah, it's going to populate again. Yeah, so you can do the count if feature and save yourself some time. And really that's it. At the end, you can do a file, download, create an Excel spreadsheet if you prefer to work in an Excel spreadsheet. That's it.